Hello, I'm Benson and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a studio light, but this one is portable and 60 volt portable light by Zhiyun. Now, I'm not new to lights at the moment. We've got studio lights on at the moment, and I got a range of different portable lights here, like a funny, awkward shape, 3-strand one, you got the long rod one, the panel ones, you name it, I have them. They are about 20 volt max to them. That is what the company claims that they are, sometimes even less. They do work in the extent that you need to be very up close to it, but they are convenient and they are battery powered, rechargeable and all that. So they do have their use, but it's time to bring out some big guns. So I got my hands on this one here, which is the Molus G60 and a 60 volt portable light. And it's really compact with a few light modifier which caught my eye. And it's not cheap and it's around £215. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check it out. But I'm going to do a little unboxing and my usual first use experience to share with you guys to see what your money can buy. Now this company, I do not know them for making light. So when I see a very tiny Rubik's Cube size portable light at 60 watts, I was so excited. So let's share with you what this is all about. Now I believe this one here doesn't have built-in battery, so you do have to run it off a power bank. And on top of that, because it's 60 volt, you do need quite a beefy power bank or power supply. It has to be PD, which is the fast charge protocol. It has to be a PD rated of at least 18 volts and above to power this device. But let's find out what that actually means. The box itself, I do like the sleek looking of it. Got a bit of explanation of what is in the box. So you've got light modifier, you've got the actual unit, and they all pack into this tiny box. I'm used to studio lights like big and huge and light box diffuser and stuff like that, so this is what gets me excited. Let's have a look. So inside the box you have different compartments here, so let's start with the accessories. And for those who don't really know what light modifiers and all that, don't worry about it. Basically is to make the light a bit more usable in terms of like, make it softer usually. Sometimes you want a harsh light, sometimes you want a soft light. Maybe I can explain later in the experiment to show you guys what's that all about. Well, this is the diffuser, this is the reflector. So the reflector catch all the lights and bounce it off and make it like a cone shape. And this one here make it soft and more diffuse. And then we have a power brick. Why does the website say they need a higher power? I do not know, but this is the power brick. And this is the 3-pin plug that we need in the UK. Nice long wire, that's what you want to see on any studio lights and stuff like that. And it comes with a pouch to put it in. Oh, you know what, I'm so excited. Look at how small this is. This is tiny. I have never seen studio light that small before. For the size, this is crazy small. That's what they advertise as like a size of a Rubik's Cube. Oh wow, I like this. Powered by Zhiyun, cold and warm light, active cooling. Active cooling, that's one of the marketing phase that they use a lot. Basically, there's a fan inside and a heat sink. Now, a lot of people don't know about this. So LED light runs a lot cooler than your halogens and the old type of light, but still, at high brightness, they do chuck out a lot of heat, and heat kills any LEDs. And got one big surface mount LEDs on top there, and behind it is a heat sink with a fan, and that kind of disperses the heat while this thing pumping out a lot of lights. DC 1214, that's for the power brick. You've got a couple of control knobs at the back, dimming, and CCT, which is to change the color temperature of the light, so warm light, cool light, etc. You've got a power button on top. It does look quite cute, almost. if you can call that cute. So one big LED in the front, a side panel to show that it's 60 volt, two control knob at the back, and a display panel, power input, and you got exhaust fan on top and the side and the bottom. So free side is actually air vent. Now at 200 over quid, I do expect a big performance jump to all these products, which is around 30, 40, 50 pounds. Let's weight this thing and see how heavy it is. I mean, a lot of the time that, you know, we don't carry a lot of light with us when we go out and shoot is because they're heavy. 300 grams, 301 gram. Let me see, this one here, this is probably the heaviest because of the metal casing. 272. Now, but this one have battery built in, so, you know, it's not really a direct comparison. 12 watt, 60 watt. But this one needs to power by a power brick. So 24 volt DC in, and there is a USB-C. That's what I want to know. First use and demonstration is always the fun part of my video. And I have here one of these little panel lights. I think this one is 12 watt. So this one is on full, this one was on full brightness, not anymore. So let me turn it back on. Okay, it's running on 100%. Now the internal battery won't last very long when it's running at 100, so that's why I have a bigger power bank powering that. So I'm just going to leave it on this side for reference, out of the way. So that is how bright a 12 watt light is. This is 60, and I'm going to power this with different power source. So first we have a little power bank. Now this one here is rated at 18 watt. So it's the minimum requirement for this one to even to work. Anything less than that, it won't light up. I can show you that later as well. So let's plug in the USB-C at the back right here, and then press the power button on top. Press and hold it, and you see the company logo lights up. Okay, and what it will show on the display is that the power bank is pumping out 18 watt. You can see it there. On the left hand side, you got the power button. As soon as you turn it, it will light up, but it won't let you go past beyond about 24. Yeah, so it won't let you go above 24 because the power is not enough. The PD sign will start flashing to tell you, no, this is not powerful enough. If you go beyond that, you will see that it will get switched off. Now let's say if your power bank is not powerful enough to even give the 18 watt, what will happen? USB-A port, which is your lower power port. The same power bank, if I put in the lower power port, if I switch it on, you still got the company logo, but there is no voltage, because it's just not enough even to power up. It wakes up the machine, but it's not enough to power up the lights at all. So it has to be a PD 18 volt and above. All my lights is set to 5200 Kelvin. That's what I use in this studio. Now it's back on 18 and it's on 20. I think 24 is the maximum it will go. So this is the maximum that it will light up with a power bank of 18 watt. The reflector goes on to that with a slot. You twist it until it clicks and then it locks in place. There's a little tab here to unlock it, but I want to keep that on at the moment because it reflects the light, so you can see it's actually working. So this is how bright it can get with the 18 watt power supply. And if I put it together to show you this one here, which is 12 watt, give it a bit of space. You see the difference? This is so much brighter. Now I haven't heard the fan yet, and I don't think the fan has ever kicked in yet. It does feel a bit warm. Yep, the fan is not even switched on yet. Okay, with a diffuser, you can diffuse the light. Okay, I have enough of this small power bank. So let's move on to something slightly bigger. So let's say you have a power bank which can supply, let's say, 45 volt PD. And I plug the same thing in again and do the same thing. So just now 24% was the maximum that can go to. So straight away it say PD 45W, so 45 volt, and this is 24%. Let me increase it. Okay, 60. 60% is the highest it will go. Now I can tell you that this is a lot brighter than just now because I can see my camera, or you can see it on your home screen as well. My face is a lot darker now because the camera is picking up bright light and automatically adjust how much light they will let through the camera, and that's why my face is a bit dark. If I put this away, my face is light again. That's just how the camera reacts to bright light. Okay, so I have enough of a power bank. And you know what? Make it portable. Now, since my power bank here can give a 240 volt power outlet, so let's plug in the power bank here. So this is the power bank which comes with the 60 volt light. And then I use the power plug in here. Switch it on. Okay, so now there's no more PD logo on here, but it works because the power is coming through the DC in here bypassing the PD port. So let me switch it all the way up to 100. So my friend, this is the brightest this light can go. You see the back, this is the front. I guess a lot of time you won't be using a harsh light unless you're doing like a midnight reporter on the high street or something like that, but most of the time you will put something like a diffuser in there, and I have to say this is too bright to be in front of my face. Fan is now on and it's blowing exhaust from both top and bottom. You can feel the heat coming out, but you can't really hear it if I put my mic close to it. Really can't hear it. In terms of accuracy of the light, I can't really test that, but just to show you warm light, so if I turn the knob all the way to 2700, well, my power bank fan is a lot louder than this fan here. So 2700 Kelvin. So this is like a sunset yellow, and it goes all the way up to 6500. So this is almost like a blue tint to it. Okay, so 100%, 5200 Kelvin. The fan is spinning, but you can feel the heat coming out, but you can't really hear it. It's whisper quiet. So I got two lights over there. It's way too bright to look at it at the moment. But let me just show you what it looks like in my studio. So this one is a 70 volt panel light by Neweer. So this is a 60 volts light from Zhiyun. I'm going to switch on and switch off them separately, and you guys can tell me if you can notice any different one by one. So let's switch off the 70 volt round light. So this now is just a Zhiyun light. I'm going to turn it back on. And then now I'm going to turn off this. Way too bright to look at light. Okay, so this is now just the panel light. There will be some difference between the two lights. For example, the Zhiyun is very compact, but they are tiny, like a small bulb. Whereas the other one is a big panel which diffuses a lot of the light. Both of them are running at full power at the moment. That one is not so blindly to look at because it's quite wide and diffuse light, whereas this one is a very narrow single point of light. So different type of light, but at least you can see what's the difference between the two. It's not supposed to be like which one is better, it's just what's the difference between the two lights. This is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadget. Bye bye.